The global Gen Z is really shaking things up for those boomers, or fuddy-duddy mansplainers. The Economist, usually with a bit of cynicism and snark when talking about China, just got schooled by Gen Z. They conducted a global survey across 32 countries and 32,000 people, and the results even shocked themselves. Turns out, China's global fan club is quietly growing. And this isn't just happening in one corner of the world. It's a full-on, cross-age, cross-region trend. Let's start with the hard numbers. In just 1 year, the number of people who see China as a leading global power jumped by 11 percentage points, averaging 1 out of every 3 people. Preference for China is up in nearly every country surveyed. Even in the United States, 2 out of 5 Americans see China's influence as mainly positive. But the most interesting is the age gap. The younger the respondents, the more they welcome Chinese leadership. Among global 18 to 24-year-olds, support for China and the US is almost tied, 39% versus 41%. This echoes the findings in China Daily's The World Through the Eyes of Gen Z report. Nearly half of the young respondents believe China will be the leading economic power in the next decade, compared to just 29.27% for the US. What's more, Gen Z sees China leading in 8 out of 9 key tech fields, from humanoid robots to EVs, 6G and AI, with support rates over 35% in each. Gen Z generally sees China and the US as having comparable overall strength, but with different strong suits. China leads in economy, culture, history, and tech innovation. The US holds a slight edge in foreign affairs, but the gap isn't huge. This is a classic generational shift in perception. It's subtle, but decisive. Now let's look at the regional data. Latin America and Europe see the biggest jumps in picking China as a leading power. And in Africa and the Middle East, over half of respondents now prefer China. Here is the awkward part for the economists. They had to admit that Trump's chaotic policymaking means many now see China as a stabilizing presence. But some Western media are still too comfortable with blaming everything on Trump. They overlook China's engagement in Southeast Asia, Africa, the Middle East, and many more, which has built lasting positive perceptions among the young. In other words, global views of China are no longer just about what the media say. More people are seeing and experiencing China for themselves. And that is probably the biggest takeaway from this report. The world's understanding of China is shifting from second-hand opinions to first-hand experience, from imagined impressions to lived reality.